So, welcome to Let's Talk. We are back, and we have in the studio with us today the most anticipated, the rival, but the host with the most, Miss Cheryl is back with us, guys. So, welcome to Let's Talk. I'm your host Jason with
Cheryl Pinder.
Yeah. So here at Let's Talk, we like to come up with practical, workable solutions. So we have more actions and less talk. So Cheryl, glad to be back, have you back in the studio. How was your vacation? Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Well, I watched the Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, but I had a great vacation. I had a great time, and I am just happy to be back. Happy to be back. And I was happy to watch you, Jason and DeCarlo. I watched you annihilate women when I was absent. Well, I wouldn't say that. It's a great show, though. You talked about why women are still single. You talked about mistakes that married women make. And I found it a very interesting show. As a matter of fact, I was trying to comment the last show. And as soon as I made my last comment, I had to go on the plane and I watched you talk bad about me and I couldn't respond. And, you know, I had a bellyache, but I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back.
Great. We're glad to have you back. Guys, we want you to like and subscribe. And don't forget to call in with your comments. 352-TALK. 352-8255. So today's topic is a hot one. And the topic that Cheryl just can't wait to get at. She's just chomping out of it. Can't you see the energy coming out off of her? Today's topic we have, ladies, was chosen especially with you in mind. 5 mistakes men make in marriage. Now, unlike us, we were kind of a little diplomatic and we said that 5 mistakes some women make in marriage, right? Cheryl say no. It ain't no some. 5 mistakes men make.
Can I add some? Is it too late for me to add some? Let me just go out there before I start making enemies. Let me just say 5 mistakes some men make in marriage because, you know, I didn't think it was fair. We have to balance the scales because the marriage takes 2. So if there's some women who make mistakes in marriage, I'm sure we can find a few men who make some similar or different mistakes, but mistakes nonetheless. And so I went ahead and I asked a lot of married folks. I asked a lot of married folks about their experiences. And so I want us, while we're talking, Jason and I may go at it a little, but I want us to take it seriously because these are people's experiences. And so this is what people are going through. This didn't come from Hollywood. This didn't come from a dream I had. This didn't just come from out the air. These are people's experiences. And so the number one mistake that men make in marriage is poor communication. And this is no news to anybody. We know that. I think Jason and DeCarlo may have even confessed at one point in a previous show that some men are poor communicators. And because of this causes issues in marriage. Now, I don't know if Jason is ready to speak. And women out there, I really need your input. I really need for you to either message us. I need you to call in. I'm willing and we're ready to accept any calls. But poor communication and just being open about everything. I know some of the women I would have spoken to, they said men are not open about their health issues. Men are not open about stress, about finances. Men are not open and they take it on. And that's why statistics show how many men die from stress and heart attack because they are not open and not open to the point where they don't share these things with their wives. And so some wives find that men are very poor at communicating.
Now, that's 2 things. You said poor communication and they are not open.
No, well, that's the same. I want to keep that as one because if I don't keep that as one, we'll go into 105 instead of
No,
five.
no.
But-
You see,
Keep-
being
Yeah.
open
Mhm.
is withholding information sometimes, and that's sometimes to our detriment. But
Mhm.
we take it as protection for you, because we know you can't handle some of the things we can. We know that. That's why we feel that we shoulder it ourselves. God built us with broad shoulders to carry this weight.
Mhm.
Sometimes men share these things. It comes off as being weak.
Hmm.
Men are always viewed as these robots, as if we can't feel, right? And sometimes this was done.
Mhm.
And just as you asked questions were asked to men. And they said they don't share because when they share, it's used as a weapon against, it's weaponized. Their vulnerability is used as weapons against them later in argument. So he shares this moment of weakness. He couldn't make a certain, whatever is his expectation.
Mhm.
She may sympathize with him at that moment, but when rowdy come, oh,
I
it's
get that.
daggers. And that is why men don't communicate. That's the number one reason why men don't open up. We only give you one chance, you know. We can give you one chance because it's hard for us to open. So if we decide to let down our guard, if we decide to become naked before you, we don't expect nobody to. We are being vulnerable. So it means we lay down our armor, which means we're not expecting any daggers. We're
Well,
vulnerable.
This becomes a problem, Jason. I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean to cut you off. This becomes a problem when you have a willing and supportive spouse there, wanting to share the stress with you, and sometimes even just sharing it. Sometimes, and that's another thing, and I don't want to get into another reason, but a man doesn't know it all. And there's
No, he
a
doesn't.
reason why you're both there together. Sometimes the wife can offer some kind of solution, helpful solution, so that it could be less stress for you.
Yes.
So let's not make any excuses, men. Your wives, your spouses are saying this is an issue. So hear me, hear me, hear me. This is an issue. So if you're a man and you find out that, okay, you're not opening up for whatever your reason is, let's look at the positive aspect of why you should open up and communicate with your spouse.
But
Let's
that's
not
what I
look
said.
at the negativity.
That's what I said. Sure,
There
we
are
can give you
many
one.
positive.
We can give you one chance. We can open up. And if you happen to let us down at that one chance, you use that one moment to just use that against us, just know the wall going up. So we won't share that with you again. Because it's hard for a man in this day and time. When he goes out into the world, he has to have this arm up. He has to have it up
I understand
because
that.
he'll be attacked. The last place he expects to be attacked is in his home. So therefore, I agree. He should share it
Mhm.
because we don't know everything. We do have moments of weakness. We are made of flesh and blood.
Mhm.
So if we do decide to show you our flesh and blood, we don't expect you to later on use that against us. And if you do turn around and use that against us, you could rest assured you're not going to have that opportunity again to get us in that position again. I'm guaranteed. So don't take advantage of that moment.
Okay, so it's not taking. So are you saying then that because the husband is being so unforgiving, the wife, of course, makes a mistake, that's something that should not be done. So if a wife has done that, so the husband is therefore so unforgiving that she only gets one
You
chance.
say that unforgiven?
What kind of
Is
you're
that
being-
unforgiven or being
okay,
protecting
if you're
yourself?
saying yes, because that's the place where you are vulnerable.
I didn't hear you say she should not do that. She
Okay,
should not
she
betray
should
her
not do
trust.
that. We know that. And I did say that just now. If the wife does that, that's not supposed to happen. I did say that.
Right.
Play it back so Jason can hear it for me.
So
please.
do you expect
However,
him to do it
No.
afterwards? To open up
Yes,
afterwards?
I expect
No,
him
man.
to communicate and say, listen, this is what you did, and it hurt me. Okay?
Man up.
And if you
Stop being
continue
a little
to
sissy.
do this, no. If you continue to do this, then I cannot open up to you anymore.
I know.
I expect, and that's what we're
It
talking
is
about.
what it
So you get hurt. It is not what it is because we have to fix these issues.
Listen, you want a strong protector. And you're gonna and he's being strong and protected, and he decides to now let down his armor before you.
Mhm.
And you're gonna be so vindictive, so wicked, and so spiteful to actually take that time to
That's
hurt him.
just one analogy. That's not always the reason
No,
why
I'm
men
saying-
are
I'm
not
giving
good
you-
communicators.
hold on.
That's just one. So Jason, let's not take that and use that as the prevailing reason.
Okay,
as
you
to
said,
why.
well, okay, we should open up.
Are
We
there
should let us, okay?
Yeah.
Now you say men are poor communicators. You say
Yeah.
men are poor communicators,
Men-
or we poor, do we
Men
communicate?
do not communicate. And when men, they do not communicate, Number one.
I was
Number
trying to
two, they do
communicate
not
just now. What
communicate
happened just
important
now?
things.
I-
See, this is why this is the show for me to share the problems, the challenges that spouses have in marriage. Last week, Jason had their show, and there wasn't any female on the show shutting them down and making excuses and creating justifications as to why women are, or some women are the way they are. So today, I will be allowed to share, Jason, and I expect you to listen. Of course, more listening is coming up where Jason will get to
Wait a
practice.
minute. Wait a minute.
Some
Wait
of
a
that.
minute. Wait a minute. Listen, we open the floor for women to come. We open the floor for women to call. Y'all didn't show up. I even gave Cheryl the floor for today. Bring her, bring your entourage. Nobody show up. Now, y'all still ain't calling in. And she wants to shut me down. And she asked me a question and beginning to answer, and she don't want to hear it. Am I not communicating? But I'm a poor communicator. Men are poor communicators. Now, I'm asking you a question. Are you saying men are poor communicators or men and women communicate poorly?
Men are poor communicators. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
Number one. And then, no, let me just add. And then remember what I said about them not communicating to their spouses about important things like finances and health issues and whatever. And you would have said maybe some of the reasons. And what you're saying makes sense. The man wants to be the man, and he doesn't want to have the woman, unnecessarily shoulder too much of the burden, and he wants to take that on. But I'm saying, as a spouse, females want to share that, and sometimes females can help in that way. So men should allow their spouses to help them shoulder that burden.
If she proves us or shows herself willing and to be that support, then he should let her be that support.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't go back to this communication.
Okay.
Is the woman's yes always yes? Is a woman's no always no?
Give me an example. My yes is always yes. My no is always no.
Always.
Yes.
100% of the time.
Yes.
100% of the time.
Yes.
Ladies, she may be the unicorn. Her yes is always the yes, and her no is. She is the exception. Ladies, are your yeses always yes? Call us in, please. 352-TALK, 352-8255. Ladies, is your no always a no? I mean, a emphatic no.
Give me an example, Jason.
Stop. Please stop. Really? And if you stop, why? Cheryl, I got to spell it out?
Yes. What are we talking about? Is this
when being intimate.
Is this what you really?
But hold on. Communication. I'm hungry. Baby, I going out to get something to eat. You want anything? No. You sure? No, I didn't eat. I come back home with my food. Why you ain't bring me nothing? You tell me you ain't want. You supposed to know. You know I always say no. That's communicating, right? That's communicating, right? Mm-hmm. Has a man ever done that to you? Has a man no ever been other thing than a no?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Can you even say it with a straight face?
I can. Yes.
Has a man ever confused you with a straight face? No. It's communication. This is communication.
No, that's the part of relationship where we expect each other to be mind readers.
Only a woman does that. Only a woman does that.
I think you guys alluded to that
last
earlier.
week.
No, not just women do that. Men do that too. There are times when we expect our spouses to know us well and to know what we want, what we expect, and do that and be there.
Okay.
And
okay.
And I can give you many examples.
Okay, but if you ask a question, does the man leave it up to you for you to guess?
Usually men are decisive and they
isn't that communication? Exactly, yes. Isn't that communicating?
Yes, but
wait, let's take it back. That's communicating, where you said we are decisive. So that means we communicate, we share the information, you understood it clearly. So you can say now that women do that as well. Women are decisive and they're very clear on what they want, and they say what.
Most of the time women are, Jason. And I know you gave an example. We're talking about trivial matters.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. It's communicating.
But women are very, women, you complain that we talk too much. We nag. We tell you what we want. We tell you over and over and over again. And when we're done telling you in words, we find other ways to tell you. But anyway,
But that's
as I
not
was
on
saying
everything.
before,
That's not on
and-
everything, Cheryl.
and,
Women are not the better communicators because y'all leave things up to mind reading. Y'all say no when y'all mean yes. Y'all say yes when y'all mean no. And y'all don't know what y'all want, but y'all expect us to know that by mind reading because we're supposed to know your partners. You two said men are supposed to know their what women and anticipate what they want.
both. I said
That's not
both.
com-
You're
that's
supposed to
communicating,
know-
right?
No, you're supposed to know your spouse. That's nonverbal
Yes,
communication. And after a
yes.
while, you know your spouse and you know what to
True.
what they expect. But another way that we find men, with poor communication, we feel that men try to avoid conflicts, and so there are times when, in order to avoid conflicts, they don't communicate. They avoid certain topics and things that maybe need to be addressed are not addressed just because they want to avoid conflict. And that was one of the challenges that spouses face as it relates to poor communication with men.
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe we do avoid some
Mhm.
conflicts if we realize that, hold on, we beaten a dead horse. We thought we came to a conclusion. Maybe it might not have been what you wanted, but we thought we came to a conclusion, and us being the man, being the leader, once we've already communicated why we continue going over and over beating this thing. If the man is the leader and he decided he made a decision, why are we still talking about it? He's supposed to be the leader, right? He's supposed to make the decision, right? Why are we continuing talking about it? If we then talk, we communicated, I don't want round no more, decisions made. Let's stop talking about it. I'm the man.
Well, if the wife or the spouse is still having a problem with it, then nothing is resolved.
Oh, so that
So
means she
the
wants it
solution has to
done
be
her
found.
way.
No,
If
we're
you're
not,
still
we're
talking
not
about
gonna
it
get
then.
into that. But I'm just saying, Jason,
Mhm.
I'm just sharing with you some of the challenges
Okay,
or
agreed.
mistakes that, and I don't
Agreed.
expect you to have all the answers. You're just
I
one
don't have
man out there, and there are
And
many
I'm
others.
wrong many times.
And there's the Carlo also. I don't expect both of you to have all the answers. I mean, you sure did last week when you were talking about women.
And
But-
nobody called to refute.
But
I heard some ladies
but
that said,
anyway, ladies, please feel free to call in 352-TALK 352-8255. All right. We'd
some
love to
women
hear
said
you
they didn't
also.
even call in
Also,
because
you can
they
text us.
said there was nothing to rebut. There was nothing to rebut. There was so much truth in what we were saying. They had nothing to rebut.
And I too must agree, there was some truth to what you were saying. It's just that, and just like there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying, it's just that I can't get to get all my words out because there's always the rebuttal. But I will continue with my second challenge or mistake that some men make in marriage.
Well, some
Second,
now, not all men. Some men.
lack of appreciation for their spouse or their spouse.
Yes.
Lack of appreciation. And this is a big this is a big issue. Almost every married woman that I spoke with had this. Just the little things. First of all, the woman, she's home. She works as well. Of course, Jason's gonna start talking about, okay, she doesn't have to work, the man is provided, but the fact is she works. So she goes out to work, she comes home, she takes care of the kids, she does the chores, she does all of that. At the end of the day, she's also expected to do her wifely duties. She's not allowed to be tired, not allowed to have headache. Jason and DeCarlo spoke about that last week. So she's not allowed to do any of it. But all of that is seen as her duty. There's no appreciation. There's no thank you, baby. There's no, the man play forgetful anniversaries and birthdays and Valentine's Day. Mind you, before marriage, they were on top of these things. You were getting presents, even just because presents. Just because you're breathing, you were getting those kind of gifts. But after marriage, nothing. And so a lot of spouses feel, and not just that, just the simple sensitivity as to her mood swings, or when she's not having a good day, when she's not feeling well. Some men don't even notice when she's not feeling well. She's looking differently. She's a little stressed out. He doesn't even notice. He just wants to make sure the food is on the table. And I'm not saying all men, I'm saying some men. And maybe that's why Jason's so defensive today, because he feels like I'm attacking all men. But this is not all men. This is just some men. And I am hearing from not all women either. There's some women who don't have this issue. But there are some women who find that this here is a challenge in marriages.
Guys, we need you all to text and call in and comment. I think we have a comment or two, Mr. Producer, before I jump in.
Yes, we do. Annalisa Ferguson, yes, I agree, especially if you do something wrong, don't ask me if I want something to eat. Take care of me, even when we are mad. Lady Deshawn says both parties have communication issues at times.
Mhm.
No one is perfect. Both parties need to understand and open and be forgiving.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I agree with those texts.
Yes.
Annalisa say, take care of her when she mad, even when you're mad. Take care of her when she mad and all. Don't come ask if she want food. Food fix
I
everything.
think that goes both ways. No, it goes both ways because sometimes when people are upset in relationships, everybody feels that they need to go into their own corner. But life continues. It doesn't matter how you feel. Emotion should not run the relationship. Okay.
Wow. That's
Whatever.
powerful. Emotions should not run the relationship. Y'all hear that? I think you should say that again, Cheryl.
Anyway, as I was saying, so men need to make time for their wives.
Yes.
You
I
have
agree.
you should make time for your wives. And sometimes, I've had females say that too. He feels like, okay, he's paying all the bills. She cool. All her bills are paid. She should be chill. But a woman requires more.
Yeah.
And if you were doing it before, then you should continue doing it. It's the little things. You used to take her out. You used to celebrate. You used to buy flowers. Well, continue to do these things. There's no more spontaneity in the relationship.
Cheryl.
All the planning of all the activities, everything that deals with anniversary, going out, everything is on the woman. And sometimes the woman wants the guy to plan a date night as well.
Cheryl, this is a reoccurring thing.
Mhm.
That was number one on men's list.
Really?
Appreciation. We
Wow.
saved it for last because it was that important.
Wow.
Men feel the exact same way. So it
Way.
seems as if
Wow.
both parties are
Mhm.
neglecting each other. Both
Yes.
parties are taking each other for granted.
Granted,
That's what
yes.
it seems to me, right?
Mhm.
So this appreciation thing, it's needed on both,
Yes.
but we rank that number one
Mhm.
because we just going, and it
Mhm.
seems that we're just robots and we don't, like you say, what you were doing before,
Mhm.
you should have continue doing.
Yeah.
So we feel this for you. We feel it. And I gotta agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes we drop the ball sometimes,
Mhm.
right? But I don't want you to sit and make it sound as if women got it all together that y'all doing, because as I
I think
told
we
you,
got this one a little more than you guys know.
no,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
number
care how wide the
one.
collar opens his eyes in the back there.
Cheryl,
Yeah,
this was number one, our number one
I
complaint.
don't
This is
know why
our
it is
number
because
one.
women really do this, and I hate to take sides, but
Wow.
women really, I think women have this.
Go ahead.
I don't. You
It's
see,
your show. It's your
it's
show.
hard not to get personal,
It's
but
your show.
women are the ones every birthday, anniversary. Men don't even remember anniversaries most times. Most men say no, oh, they don't celebrate Christmas because it's just a commercialized thing, and it's just about buying gifts and what have you. And all of these things, it's women. All these little sentimental, romantic things,
Cheryl,
it's women.
Valentine's Day.
when we go to the next
You're trying to preempt me,
thing.
man. You
Oh,
already
no,
cut
go
me
ahead.
off
I'm
and he
sorry.
said, I know Jason can
I'm
say
gonna
this, I know
apologize.
Jason can do that. But
but
anyway,
yeah,
we have to take a commercial break, and I ain't gonna let her do this to me again. When we come back, I have something to say. So we can take a commercial break and we'll be right back. So guys, call us 352-8255. Send in your comments, call us and share, like, and subscribe. We'll be right back.
Where you going, buddy?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why this boy so dumb?
Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is?
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is?
Well, Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is?
Or you could go to the box office downtown at the Genesis Street Gear.
You ain't scared of June Sazay.
We must be need some behind the scenes. We were just going. But
The show
anyway,
never stopped.
it never stopped. But anyway, we're back. Guys, welcome back to Let's Talk. And our topic for the day is 5 mistakes.
Some men make in marriage, and we want you to text us.
Call us and join us. We have a comment. Mr. Producer, what say ye from the comment section?
Laurie McIntosh says we need more conversations like this. Miss Covina Murphy, the two must learn to live with each other with understanding of his and her needs.
Yes.
This one side does not fit all. Does not work. Amen.
Amen. I agree.
Ends the reading.
I agree.
So I wanted to say, Cheryl say, men don't do these things and we forget and all this stuff. Yeah, some of us, we those things tend to be low on our radar, right? Some of us.
Mhm.
Some guys make a big deal out of it. I mean, come to Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
Who celebrated on Valentine's Day? For the most part.
Well, mostly women. I must
But
admit.
okay. And
Must
who's
admit.
celebrating the women? The men.
Men, yes.
Mother's Day.
Mhm.
Who celebrated?
Mothers.
And then mothers are women, right?
Well,
And
that's
so
why, but
so
yeah.
so and on the wedding day, who's that for? Who
Well, she
celebrated
didn't
the
marry her son. What are
who-
you talking
now,
about?
come on now. Who's that day about?
The both of them, the man and the woman. It's about the bride and the groom.
Anyway,
No one is more important than the other. On the
no
wedding day.
one is more important. I said, who is celebrating? Who's that day really about? But anyway, I'm going to give her this point. She has 1 point. Men do tend to be little bit more forgetful for the birthdays and the little events. I ain't give her that. But as a part where she said this appreciation thing, no, men feel the brunt of this. Like I said, this is the most important thing on our list. Not feeling appreciated.
Well, the challenge then is out there then for both spouses to make sure each other feels appreciated.
Yes.
Since both parties, but this show is not about the men, so let's just focus on the women who feel like they're not feeling appreciated. And so men out there, spouses out there, if you are one of those men, we just want you to pay a little attention. There are some spouses, females, who do not feel appreciated. And what we must understand is because there's no equity in the home as it relates to the duties in the home. Most of the cooking, the cleaning, the taking care of the children fall on the women, and they do work as well. So even though the man might have a harder job, something physically harder, when you look at the split in the number of things that have to be done, the woman does most of it.
Stop
The
it.
women do most of it.
Stop it.
So
you
let
trying
me
to
just
compare-
say, appreciation should be shown for both.
Listen,
But-
you trying to diminish now. I hear you a little slide, a little slick
No,
way,
I'm
trying to
not
just diminish the men's duties now. I hear you try to that. I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that, Cheryl. I can't let you do that, Cheryl.
I am not.
Cheryl, you said the women have to do all of this and all of that. And yeah, the men have to do a little something, but the women need it more. I hear you try to do that on the slick. The men have equally or even more to do. Because guess what? Yes, the women out there working and they have to come home too, but there's no way a real man's going to sit back and allow his wife to take on all that responsibility in the house and not help out. But
It
the
happens.
man it happens as
A
well
lot.
as, and it happens as well as the man is out there
happens
paying
a lot.
all the bills. His wife is not, she isn't paying anything, and he still comes home and helps out as well. So that happens as well. We're not talking about the exception. We're
Jason,
talking
we're
about,
not competing as to who does more or who does
you just
what.
did it, so I had to
No.
stop you. You
I
just did
am
it, so I had to
saying-
stop you, so
I
you
am
don't
saying
compare. Don't
The
compare.
title of this show is Mistakes That Some
Okay.
Men Make in Marriage. I don't know why Jason keeps forgetting it because they had this show last week. So I'm going to have Jason removed. You see, women, y'all
Security.
talking, because I couldn't find one married woman to come on the
That's
show
right.
with me and be my
Right.
co-host. So y'all let Jason get away
Mhm.
tonight. But we're going to let him sit here, but you just here for show.
Escort him
All
off the
right,
premises.
we might have to escort him off the premises.
Bailiff,
But I
bailiff, escort him
understand,
to the
Jason,
courtroom.
I understand what you're saying, and both parties are guilty of it.
Mhm.
Both parties are guilty. But what I'm saying, of course, there are men who assist with the chores, but you cannot refute the fact that you have more women doing the chores, taking care of the children, and doing all of that than you have men doing in the home.
Right, as well, if you have
And-
more men taking care of the financial protection, providing
Yes.
responsibility. So
However,
both
more,
duties.
you have more homes with both parties working than with just the man working. Correct?
correct.
Yes. So then we end up with more homes with women doing more of that than men. But anyway, because time is going, we're going to move on to our number three. Our third mistake that some men make in marriage. What's that third mistake that, see, there's a man behind the scenes there. That's why, lack of romance.
And she said, you hear what she said?
Spontaneity.
Mistake men making marriage, not some men.
Some men.
See them?
Some men.
I want you,
Forgive
I can
me.
hold
Some
it,
men.
I can hold it.
Lack of romance and spontaneity.
Ooh.
Lack of romance. And after speaking, and this is a serious issue. After speaking with a number of married persons, there's no romance. Men, you know what you do. Woman, the woman goes home. She's home, she cooking, she cleaning, she taking care of the children. You come home, you eat, you shower, you watch sports, and she goes to bed, and then there's a little tap. I don't know what sign language. Some people even text message their wife and say, whatever.
Time.
I've actually had someone say the husband text her.
Because she in the next room on the phone. And I was
and
going to
so,
ask her, she always on the phone.
We're not talking
But
about you
anyway,
guys, but I'm
that's what
saying,
it's-
and so you expect her to be ready, and she's not allowed to be tired after doing all of that.
Mm-mm.
There is no text message during the day. Send me a photo of what you're wearing, or you look sexy this morning when you left home. There's no build up. There's no nothing. She's just supposed to be ready
If he
and
asks
waiting for you.
If he asks for a naughty picture, does that count?
Yes, it counts. See, that's
Well,
what
that's it. It counts.
yes, it counts. But I'm saying that's romance. There got to be some buildup. There has to be something. But I've had women who've been married for a number of years complain about the same thing. Of course, after a while, getting to know each other, some things phase out. But both parties have a responsibility, just like Ms. Murphy would have said earlier, that the two must come together with understanding. But because today we're talking about mistakes men make, I want to focus more on that.
Some men
men
may. See
may.
there? See?
Yes, I really need to fix my vocab on that.
No, you know, you're saying what you mean, though.
But just because we're talking about that, there must be some work put into romance. That's a big part of marriage. And since this part is so important to men, you would think that you should lead the way, open up the door for that, and put some effort into that area. The woman wants to feel, and any woman who feels sexy is going to make sure that you're pleased sexually. So do what you need to do to make her feel sexy, whatever it is that you used to do before marriage. And last week, the guys talked about how they used to get it on the kitchen table, on top of the fridge, whenever before marriage, and how the woman starts holding out after. I agree with them. A lot of married women, you need to stop doing that. However, maybe the reason you hold out is because they don't make you feel sexy. Not that that's an excuse for you. I am just saying that both of you need to put some work into that area. So guys, she wants to feel sexy. And I guarantee you know what chocolate bar she likes. Have that home at the dining table with maybe a glass of her favorite wine or whatever it is that you need. You know your spouse. Make it happen. And I guarantee you will get what you want at the end of the day.
Sharon,
Yes, Jason.
you say that's what's going to happen, eh? You say that's what I can poll. We can take a poll, and guys, we can put it to the test.
Yes, guys. The ones of you
We
who've
can
been
put it
doing
in
that,
the
once
text.
you text in and call in 352-8255.
We have, Mr.
Call
Producer has a comment for us again. We have something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah. Lakesh Bartlett says, it's small acts of appreciation that truly counts. Each know what each other likes. Make intentional efforts to please your spouse.
Exactly.
And oh my God, says Patricia Storr, we are not robots. We need romance.
That's
This-
it.
this is
I
a
love that. We're
reoccurring
not
thing.
robots.
I
We
mean-
need romance. That's going to be the new
I
catchphrase.
mean, some guys, again, some men have dropped the ball. Some men drop the ball, as well as some men haven't.
Yeah.
See, this thing go both ways.
I agree.
We were complaining about this last week, you know,
Mhm.
and we have the same complaint.
Yes.
We do these things and still don't get the play what this word were promised. We do these things.
Really?
Y'all want romance. Y'all want, that's fine. We want appreciation, right? We go there, bust our hip, slay dragons, fight wars, come home for some peace. Peace and peace. And we don't get it because of whatever excuses y'all have. Head hurting, too tired, to do this, to that, to that. So we have the exact same complaints y'all have, you know. But I agree. We should, if we used to do it before, we should continue.
And not just if you used to do it before. If it is what is needed, then you should do it.
If
You see
she
what I'm saying?
communicates that,
But it should never get to the point where I'm not getting what I want, so she ain't getting what she wants.
no, but that's what we've been putting up with that.
No, but that should never be from any party. That should
Okay,
never
so
be.
don't put
That's
it on
why
us.
it's so important.
Don't
No.
just put it on
But what I'm
us.
saying, but Jason, when I pointed it out, this was your comment. You go out and fight dragons, you come home, this is what you want, and you don't get it. So that should never be a rebuttal or an answer to me saying this is what the woman wants. So both of you, and just like our last person who texted said, both of you need to make sure to try to please each other. I think in a relationship, and this may seem or sound unrealistic, but your goal is to make the other person happy.
Definitely.
So try to do each other, making the other person happy.
Definitely.
Sadly,
Now
we
you're talking
We're
sense.
selfish people. We have become so selfish. But what I'm saying is, if you're selfish, stay single.
I agree with
Because you're
you.
going into a relationship to make someone else happy other than yourself.
Agree with
But
you.
sadly, all we want to do is make ourselves happy.
See, now she's talking sense. She's saying
I've
we.
been talking
She
sense.
didn't say men. She didn't say men. She's saying we. See, now I can get on this train. You
Anyway,
see
let's
what I'm
get
saying?
back to
I can get on this train
mistakes
now.
some men
Serve
make
each other.
during
Serve each other.
marriage.
She served me. I serve her.
That's how it
and
should be.
and it shouldn't be contingent on when she served, I can serve, or when he served, I can serve. You come into the
Exactly.
mind, okay, so we speak,
So-
but you put that on us.
Well, that's what the show is about. And I must remind you again, mistakes some men make. during
Oh, she
marriage.
said some. just
All
now.
right, some men.
Giving her-
So that's number 3. All right. Neglect of the home. Now I know Jason's dying to understand what this means.
Yes.
Neglect of the home. You know, this just talks about, you know, and this is some men, and might not be a lot. This definitely is not Jason or Carl or anybody in the studio, but some men don't feel like it's their place to help with laundry or cooking or cleaning or help with the children. Some men just don't feel like that's their job, that they need to help with anything of that. They feel like once they are paying the bills, taking care of the home financially, making sure that everything is fixed, then their job is done. And,
That's like-
and the woman she's there.
Yeah.
She could be there tired, stressed out, overworked.
Just
and
like
there's no
some women don't feel like they should pay a
Jason,
bill.
why? Why?
That's just it. You say some men,
You know,
so
we
we have to draw this
No,
comparison.
we don't have to.
We have
always
to-
do
we
that.
have to do
We
that.
don't- Why?
Because when you were texting us and telling us when we had our little show, you were texting us your comments, right? And you were saying, "Oh, that's some women and some men." So I'm here to get off that now. Listen, just how some men feel like they shouldn't lift a finger at home because he's taking care of 100% of the finances, 100%. That's how some women feel.
All right.
They shouldn't take care.
Let's
They
talk
shouldn't pay
about-
no. They shouldn't
right.
they shouldn't pay a dime because they're taking care of 100% of the home.
I
And
understand. I
and if
understand.
that's what works, then she shouldn't have a complaint. If she's taking her money
Mhm,
and saying my money is my money,
mhm,
and he's allowing her to do that,
mhm.
then why should he lift a finger at home?
None of the women I would have spoken to is
Say
in that
my money is my
situation.
money.
None of the women I would have spoken to is in that situation.
say
where
my
the
money
man-
is my
no,
money?
where the man pays 100% of the bill. All of the persons I would have spoken to, and that's why this makes a lot of sense. All of the persons I would have spoken to are persons who are working, who
Mhm.
are assisting in the home financially. Thank you, Colin. Somebody
you
is
so
saying,
much, Colin.
Jason.
Welcome to Let's Talk Caller. You're alive. What you got to say?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I would just like to say that, most men. Hello.
Go ahead.
Go
Turn
ahead.
your TV down or whatever you're listening to and just talk on the phone.
Yes, I must say that I'm very lucky to have the man in my life that I have, that I've been married to for 33 years.
Wow.
Awesome. That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
So how is it with you guys? I mean, the dynamics. You're already set out who takes care of what and everybody abiding in their roles.
Oh, yes. I must say that
Listen to the phone. Don't listen to the TV or whatever
Yes.
you're watching.
Yes.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy in my relationship. My husband deals with all the bills.
Mhm.
I'm not happy about that, but he takes care of everything. I do all the homework. And whatever he needs to be pleased with, I am here to please.
Real
Awesome.
woman. I am so happy.
That's good.
Thank you so much.
So-
I glad. Go ahead, Cheryl. What are you gonna say?
So, do you have any advice for maybe any of the married person? Any advice for married folks who would have maybe who's experiencing some of the challenges that we're talking about on the show this evening?
Do your job at home. Do your wifely duties and so forth, and things just run smoothly.
Okay.
See where there should be a problem.
Okay.
Like he said earlier, once you started something, or
Mhm.
you both, once you started something in your relationship,
Mhm.
it should continue. Whatever it took to get that person in the beginning is what it's going to take to keep them.
Amen.
Absolutely.
You got to spice it up. Whether it's on the table, the dining room floor, wherever it may be.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
hallelujah.
talking about.
I'm all in.
Oh, hallelujah. Real woman. Real woman.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the call.
Thanks,
Okay.
God.
Right.
Call us again anytime.
Okay, so
You
we
see
do
there?
have some people doing it
You
right.
see that? You cheat. I am so happy for the call. You say none of the women you spoke to, God good. None of the women you
Yeah.
spoke to
Uh-huh.
was in that position. And then
Right.
I caller just call and say, she in that position. And things just flowing. God is such an awesome. Ain't he good?
Anyway,
But that's what I'm
no, but
saying.
my point was, Jason, you have realistically, you have situations where the woman is out there working. She's
Mhm.
working and she comes home and she's taking care of all the chores and everything. And the man does not feel that should be his responsibility. This is actual real life situation that is happening. Now, this caller, this is not the norm. We know that this is not the norm, and I'm happy
According
that
to
they-
who?
according to our culture and how things are in our economy, this is not the norm.
And it's not the
know,
norm
most
because
women-
people want to do it their own way. Women
No.
don't want to see that woman right there. She's abiding by biblical principles, right?
Mhm.
And the reason why we're having so much turmoil is because we strayed away from it. Women want to do their own thing. Men want to do their own thing. The women just want to be in charge. Men want their submissive women, and they can't find them. So they end up with women who are working, and the women, you keep saying I put it on women, but whatever, I can put it on y'all. Because y'all like to say, my money is my money, his money is our money. If we would go according to how it was designed, we'd end up with this, like the caller just did.
I understand that. That's ideal. Yes, when I remarry, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Mhm. However, realistically, this and economically, this may not be viable for a lot of persons. Now, what I'm saying is, anything else can work once people are supportive and understanding in the relationship.
Mhm.
Any other situation can work. Now, if the woman has to go out to work as well, and she's home, she's cooking, she's cleaning, the kids need homework help with, the other spouse can help with that. That comes with understanding and support of the other
Yes,
person.
they have the
So
talk.
there should be no excuse as to, okay, I'm paying all the bills, so she better get it done. That should
Yes.
not be. That should
If
not be.
they
the
agree
case.
to that, if he's paying 100% of the bills, then she takes care of 100%
We're
of the
not-
homework.
No,
If she's helping
Jason?
out with the bills, then he should help her with the home.
That's
and
no,
that's-
that
That's it, and that's done.
No, that should not be at all. I hope you're the only man who feels that way.
Listen,
I
if she,
really do. because
okay, let's say
that's
it's
not how
100%,
supposed to be.
right?
It's a partnership, and what
Right.
needs to be done needs to get done with both
so
partners.
he's okay. He's paying 100% of the bills. How many is for her?
No, we're not.
Wait.
Let's not talk about the
That's why I said. That's why I said.
Because
If he's
that
paying
is
100% of the bills, then she should take care of 100% of the home. You say no.
No.
So hold on
Even-
now. So how fair is that? He's taking care of 100% of the bills. I'm still gonna come home and help her. How is that fair?
Forget the taking care. I don't know why you're spending so much time on him taking care of 100% of the bills.
Because I'm just trying to draw a balance.
Women can help with the bills.
And
at
that's why I
home,
said
and
if she,
most
that's why I
women
said
do.
that's why I said, Cheryl, if she's contributing to the bills, then he should contribute to the home. I said that. You didn't hear that, eh?
I heard that,
But
but
it don't matter, eh?
no, because you can't be so legalistic in a relationship. How are you going to be so legalistic? Oh, it's a money transaction. If I'm paying this, it cannot be
You
that way.
just said if
How?
he's paying all the bills, then he should expect to still come home and you made it about the money because
No, I
you
never
said
made
that.
it about the money.
said-
I said, based on the women I spoke with,
Mhm.
this was one of the challenges that the men in the relationships feel as if because they are paying the bills,
Not all.
and no, not all the bills,
Okay.
but because they're paying the bills, they don't have to assist. But Jason, even if you are paying all the bills, you come home and your wife needs some help and you can help her, you are going to decide not to help your wife because you are paying all the bills.
No.
You literally
See?
just said
No,
that.
I said if he's, I'm talking about obligation now. If he's paying all the bills, then housework is totally up to her. Now, if I love my wife, you know where I can sit
I
and let
don't
her,
think every man
you know
loves
where
his
there's
wife.
no way I can sit there and let
So,
her take on all that bill.
I don't believe why that's
And just as if she see me struggling with bills, just because I'm taking care 100% of that, and she have money, she's not going to help me.
she should.
But that's what I'm saying.
should.
So if love is there, then definitely this legalistic thing is coming on. But I'm saying if he should not be expected to, because no.
He's expected to love his wife no matter what that looks like. If that looks like helping with the children, if that looks like helping to cook, if that looks like helping to clean, whatever that looks like for her, that's what he's expected to do.
Really?
And and that's why, yes, really. And that's why the two people are in the relationship and everybody's in their own relationship because everybody's relationship looks different.
Right.
But once you are in a relationship, you have, and the person who messaged earlier, you have an understanding. Whatever your understanding is, and it's working, and it's peaceful, and your relationship is working,
Then
that's working for
great.
you, then that's fine. But I'm just saying, as far as it relates to men, some females have that challenge, and that's one of the mistakes that men make.
Yeah.
And so let's just get a text. We have a text message coming in.
Go ahead, comment.
Yes, we do, Cheryl. It says here, Lateef Bartlett, listen, rock his world, let him go to sleep with a smile on his face. Each couple knows what works for their relationship. 39 years, Elvis and Cheryl Bartlett. Kiki says, that's the mentality.
39 years for wow.
Yes.
I got
Yes,
it. That's
awesome.
that's awesome. Go ahead.
That's the man mentality. I pay bills, so you deal with the home. Not fair at all. Jay Johnson says, unfortunately, the economic system we are in, it's difficult for a man to handle all the bills, plus the helpmate is needed. Patricia, we both work, we both share in paying the bills, we both share in the household work.
Definitely.
Jay, but if I cut the grass, you cook.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's why I said if she's contributing to the finances, definitely he should be contributing to the home as well.
It's the
And
for me, Jason.
whatever. See,
it's
that's the thing. It's all about saying it the way you want it to
No,
be
it's
said.
not about how you want it.
I come down to it's all in the wording, right? And like I say,
No.
what is fair is fair, and know what is not fair. This thing that women believe that my money is my money and his money is our money. That is that is widely accepted. Women laugh at it, they smile and kiki it off. But now when we say, oh, I come there, if I pay 100% bills and she deal with the host, now, oh, it's up in arms. I'm not saying this is hard and fast. Like the commenters keep saying, whatever works inside your home needs to work. You need to sit down and talk about it and everybody come to their agreement and stick to it. Another commenter said, whatever you did to get them, you got to do to keep them. Whether that's romance, whether that's having sex up on the ceiling and the fridge, you got to continue doing it. And something I want to say, just want to slide this inside there. If your man still finds you desirable after so many years, that should be a plus. You worrying about him sending you romance text. If this man still find you attractive and desired after X amount of years, that's a plus, you know. That's a plus because with the things, the way women dressing and what they offering out there, listen. But anyway, back to Cheryl. Back to Cheryl.
We're running out of time. Let's just get our number 5. Last, poor listeners. And this is the last and final mistake. We're pressed for time, so we're not going to spend too much time on this. But poor listeners, this is some women feel like men are poor listeners, and you know, this could come across in a number of ways. You find women end up nagging, men say women are nagging about the same thing over and over, and women find that it's because they don't listen. We talked about this, I think, a few shows ago, and that we found a few women. We had a number of women who agreed that men were poor listeners. I think we even had Jason DeCarlo agreeing as well that men were poor listeners because they felt like men were listening to find solutions, and we felt like we didn't want solutions. We just wanted the man to listen, and they didn't think that made any sense. But like I said, if that's what the woman wants, and that's what the woman wants. Sometimes the woman just wants their man to listen. They just want their man to hear. And of course, you know, Jason, even in that show, I remember Jason alluded to the fact that, you know, she has girlfriends she can talk to if she doesn't want any solution, you know, but when she comes to her man, she must expect that because of how he's wired, he's going to try to find solutions. So for women then who have this problem, I just want to put that to you, that men, they're logical thinkers and they want to help you. So they're going to try to find some solutions. So maybe if you don't want any solutions, then you probably shouldn't share that with him. But outside of that, there are other examples where you know, women share that men were poor listeners in terms of the fact that they would share what their wants and needs and desires are, and
he don't follow through.
He doesn't follow through. So I'm not sure if he doesn't listen in that case, or he just doesn't care. But that was one of the challenges. And that's my number 5, mistakes that some men make. So I want to challenge men. Listen, start listening to your wives. Start communicating with your wives. I want to challenge you. Start being a little more romantic. And you know, I must say that not all the persons who I would have spoken to, these are happily married people. It's just that, you know, you have marriages, you have issues, you have glitches. But these persons are married. They're in there for the long haul. I've spoken to persons who've been married from 5 to 30 years, the range, you know. So these are people who've been at it and who are in it. So and they're in it for the long haul. But there are just certain things that, you know, they wish their spouse could work on, the man could work on a little better.
Well, all of us are work in progress,
Yes.
right? And all of us have areas that we need to clean up on. Last week, we said what we needed. Today, you say what you need. And sure, I want to say that everything comes with communication, and we have to be clear. You can't say one thing and then mean another thing. You have to say what you mean and mean what you say. There's this mind reading thing, saying one thing and expecting the partner, oh, he should know. Or even some men, they may say, man, she should know too. But no, you have to say exactly. Leave no room for the enemy. Make it clear and clean. Write it down if you have to. We do have some men out there who their wife says some things and they just brush it off. You know, that's the few. The majority of us listen. The majority of us listen. That's why Cheryl could say we listen to try to fix. You know, that's just how us men are wired. We are not going to leave our wives in a position of pain or negativity. When we listening to you, we're going to offer solutions. We have a comment. Oh, Mr. Producer.
Molly Smith. Every household is unique. Both parties just need to show genuine love and support for one another.
Yes.
Jay Johnson. Men are problem solvers by nature.
Yes.
That's why 90% of investors are men. Patricia Storr. I not only want him to listen, but I need him to understand what I am saying so there can be change. Sandra Clark. Love the wife of your youth, Jason. Both of you will get older and a lot of things will change. Cherish her. Freely discuss and comprise where necessary. Patricia Storr, great show. This was my first time tuning in, and I will tune in again.
Thank you, Patricia.
Jay Johnson. Here's the kicker. The majority of the inventions were to please a woman.
Oh, definitely. Most things invented was just for the women to make it easier for them. That's how we were wired. So when we hear our ladies complaining, we listening. Y'all said we ain't listening, but if we offer solutions, obviously we are listening. Now, listening and don't offer an advice, that's something different. We ain't wired that way. And that's kind of unfair to expect us to be like that. That's expecting your man to now turn into a woman. You didn't marry a woman. You wanted a man. You wanted a man to be able to
Asking
serve
a
you.
man to listen without offering a solution is asking him to be a
A
woman.
girlfriend, yes.
That's a totally different show.
No.
But
Cheryl, we are not going to allow our loved one to sit there and be in, because when you offload, we're saying how we're trying to make our baby feel better. We want to make you feel better. We want to fix whatever's troubling you.
And we understand that. The only problem is if the woman is asking you just to listen to me, I just want you to listen to me. I'm just offloading, and sometimes this and like I would have said before, this doesn't require a solution from you. Maybe there is no solution, but I just want to offload on you because sometimes things you want to share, you don't want to share with other persons. You want to be vulnerable and intimate with your spouse, and so those are the times when we just want you to listen. There are times when, even as Patricia would have mentioned, we want you to understand some of the challenges that we go through at work. Some of it, how it affects us in a way that sometimes we end up bringing it home. So if there are times when you need to give us a little more patience or a little more understanding at home, it's because of the things that's affecting us. And these are ways that women want you to understand and listen.
Okay, I could take that. So sometimes we could listen.
misunderstood.
So sometimes we could listen and don't offer advice. We could sit down and just say, okay, I feel you. But then majority of the times we will try to fix it. And when we can't, we'll be that shoulder for you to cry on. And we need you to understand that, hold on, my husband is a problem solver. So when I go to him, I have to expect him to give me some kind of feedback on how to fix it. So it goes both ways. And like our commenters say, we have the best commenters. They all of them have the same theme.
Yes.
Listen to each other.
Yes.
And find out which works for each other. So guys, this has been a great Let's Talk. We hope to have you another time with us.
Yes.
Next Tuesday, same time, 6 p.m.
Yes.
Glad to have you guys.
Yes.
Let's talk.
Yes.